There is this misconception that gentle parenting is sort of being applied broadly in the United States and beyond, and that is just not true.
Go watch Kelsey's reels today. They're really thought-provoking. I wanted to add to this and say this kind of generalized pushback to new ways of parenting crops up in every generation. I was just reading a couple weeks ago, J.C. Ryle in the late 1800s kind of bemoaning permissive parenting practices of his day. You see some iteration of this in every generation. It's just the target continually changes. Kelsey points out, it's not particularly grounded in reality, and it's not really provable, which is one reason you'll find it to be talked about with a lot of anecdotal examples. So people having the conversation will point to a family they know who uses this method and has undesirable results, or a parent-child they saw at the playground, or concerns about young people these days who are struggling. It leaves the observer to be making assumptions both about whatever they perceive a methodology to be and about the people who they perceive as struggling. And I kind of wonder why that's attractive to us to do. Some of it is, I think, when people choose a certain lifestyle, a certain parenting method, they believe it's correct. So they're fine saying that, and they've rejected other ways. But I wonder if there's more to it than that, because sometimes it can get quite heated and there's an inability to let other people make other choices, and everyone else must agree that it's the right way. And I kind of wonder if there's a piece of this that is about relieving parental anxiety that we all carry, because I think there's a really unmooring sense that can look at an embarrassing parent-child interaction, or look at a child misbehaving, or look at a young adult struggling and saying, we don't want that. We don't want to be the parent in that situation. We don't want that for our child. I wonder if these kind of discussions help us tolerate that anxiety more, because we can distinguish ourselves as inside the people doing it right, and the people with the problems are those outside. It's because they've made the wrong choice. Maybe that's a little easier for us to process than the idea that children make their own decisions, or some behaviors and circumstances are outside of our control, or we can try really hard and still have undesirable behaviors, or things not work out the way we wanted, or circumstances that are hard for us or for our children. It's interesting to think about how this kind of certainty, this kind of prosperity gospel parenting can displace opportunities for trust. And there's much that's outside of our control, that there's no formula that can guarantee an outcome in any area of life, let alone parenting and relationships. But I don't know, obviously stirring up a lot of thoughts for me today. I'm curious to hear from you. What is this like in your experience? Whether it's being on the receiving end of critique, where outsiders are critiquing a parenting approach you're drawn to, or making assumptions about you and your family, or the flip of that, where you found yourself kind of really upset that other people might be choosing a different way or engaging in that kind of conversation. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts in any direction.